Chapter: Cryptocurrencies versus CBDCs, the new frontiers of money and control, the illusion of decentralization. Cryptocurrencies versus CBDCs. At first glance, cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin appear to promise a revolution, decentralized money free. From government and central bank control, they emerged as a rebellious alternative to the traditional financial system, anonymous, borderless, and seemingly untraceable. On the other hand, central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, are the digital versions of state-issued money. Unlike cryptocurrencies, CBDCs are centrally controlled by governments and central banks, designed to replace physical cash with programmable digital money. While cryptocurrencies claim to put power into the hands of the people, CBDCs place power squarely in the hands of the state and its financial overlords. The invisible hand behind crypto. Contrary to popular belief, cryptocurrencies were not born solely from the ideals of a mysterious Satoshi Nakamoto or anarchist programmers. The reality is far more complex and sinister. Crypto was a brilliant strategic move by intelligence agencies and the global financial elite to lure criminals, tax evaders, and those seeking to hide money away from government oversight into a monitored, traceable system. It's highly likely that organizations like the NSA and CIA had a hand in the creation, or at least the early adoption of cryptocurrencies. This would explain how blockchains, despite being decentralized, allow powerful entities unprecedented surveillance and control over financial flows under the guise of anonymity. Blockchain, the digital ledger of all things, the core technology. Behind cryptocurrencies is blockchain, a decentralized, immutable digital ledger that records every transaction transparently. But beyond currency, blockchain is poised to become the world's master registry for all assets, property deeds, stock certificates, intellectual property rights, and more. Imagine a global digital ledger that records ownership of every asset on Earth. This is a powerful tool for resetting property rights in an instant. With one keystroke, ownership records could be altered, erased, or redistributed, effectively enforcing the dystopian vision Klaus Schwab predicted. You will own nothing, and you will be happy. The shadow role of Roberto Giori and De La Ruggieri was personally connected to this story. Roberto Giori, the owner of De La Ruggieri, played a critical role in the emergence of digital currencies. De La Rue machines printed over 98% of the world's physical currency. In 2011, Giori was likely tapped by the Rothschild cabal to pioneer the CBDC project. His expertise in secure printing made him the perfect candidate to help transition the world from paper money to digital currency, a shift that consolidates control over global money supply in ways never before possible. Meeting Roberto Giori in 1986 gave me a glimpse into this hidden world. The story of Giori and his company is fascinating but little known, and it reveals how traditional currency printing elites are morphing into the architects of digital monetary control. Christine Lagarde, Roberto Giori, and the European digital currency. Christine Lagarde, current president of the European Central Bank and former IMF chief, has been a vocal and strategic supporter of digital currencies. Behind the scenes, she has championed the push for a European Central Bank digital currency, CBDC, that will give unprecedented control over the financial lives of European citizens. Lagarde's advocacy aligns closely with the legacy of Roberto Giori and De La Ruggieri, whose secure printing technologies transitioned into pioneering digital currency frameworks. The convergence of Giori's expertise and Lagarde's political power has been crucial in moving Europe toward a centralized digital currency regime. This digital euro will allow authorities to monitor, restrict, and even confiscate savings instantaneously, tools of control far beyond what physical cash ever allowed. China 2.0. The Rothschild-backed Laboratory of Control China has already implemented its version of a CBDC with the digital yuan, deploying sophisticated social credit systems and real-time financial surveillance. What most don't realize is that China 2.0 is not a mere evolution of Chinese policy, but a project created and heavily financed by the Rothschild global elite China serves as the leading laboratory for testing mass surveillance, digital money control, and social engineering programs, including those that came with the COVID-19 pandemic restrictions and lockdowns. These experiments offer a blueprint for the West and the rest of the world, revealing how technology, finance, and authoritarian governance are merging into a global system of control. The big picture: control. Under the guise of innovation, when you connect all the dots, the rise of cryptocurrencies, the stealth development of CBDCs, the dominance of blockchain technology, and the involvement of shadowy elite families, the plan becomes clear. This is not a technological revolution for freedom. It's a carefully engineered transition toward total financial surveillance and control. Under this new regime, money ceases to be a tool of empowerment for the people and becomes a mechanism for enforcing obedience, compliance, and dependency.